Good day, I'm Stephen McHugh, and this is your JIS news for Wednesday, August 25. Over 21,000 Jamaicans were vaccinated on Tuesday, making it the highest number achieved in one day since the vaccination program began in March. Approximately 40% of that number were children between 12 and 18 years. Minister of Health and Wellness Dr. Christopher Tufton says 17 sites were operational across 13 parishes on the day.
This is a good thing. It demonstrates that there are persons who want to be vaccinated, and I want to use the opportunity to thank the public health team for the efforts that they made during the course of the day.
Dr. Tufton says the increased take-up of vaccination comes with large crowds, and so the ministry will review the process to improve the waiting experience.
The Jamaicans who came out, some had to wait for a fairly lengthy period. Thank them for their patience. We will continue to build on the process to ensure some improvements in the efficiency of the delivery of vaccines, but also where persons have to wait, to ensure that they wait in comfort.
The 4-day vaccination blitz, which ran from Saturday to Tuesday, was extended today with the AstraZeneca and Pfizer brands. Approximately 480,000 doses of COVID vaccines have now been administered, as the government targets 65% of the population by March next year. Jamaica is now in receipt of the single-dose Johnson & Johnson COVID-19 vaccine. 115,200 doses were delivered on Monday. They were procured through the African Medical Supplies Platform, AMSP, and transported to the island by UNICEF. It's the first of 2 shipments expected from AMSP this month, totaling more than 200,000 doses. The vaccines will bolster the island's inoculation program, which recently received 300,000 doses of AstraZeneca vaccines from the United Kingdom and 208,000 doses of the Pfizer vaccine from the United States. Government has instituted COVID-19 protocols for the safe resumption of cruise operations on the island. The protocols, developed by the Ministry of Health and Wellness, are being implemented by the Port Authority of Jamaica. They were used on August 16 when the island received its first cruise ship in 16 months. Cruise ports in Ocho Rios, Montego Bay, and Falmouth are expected to receive calls up to October 26. In addition to the protocols, Prime Minister Andrew Holness says the state has carried out inspections of the cruise piers, sensitized staff and vendors, as well as increased access to COVID-19 vaccines. Mr. Holness says his government is committed to maintaining the delicate balance between public safety and economic well-being.
That will enable persons who have had their livelihoods decimated by the pandemic to have some hope even. And at the same time, with the maintenance of the protocols, that no life is lost because of complacency or carelessness.
The Prime Minister says part of the balance to managing the pandemic is a move away from lockdowns and the embracing of vaccines.
Shutting down has serious financial implications and increases the fiscal risk to agencies and statutory bodies like the Port Authority, they are not funded by the government. They are funded by revenues generated from their operations such as cruise. And without that revenue, their balance sheet, their daily operations are imperiled.
Prime Minister Holness was speaking at the recent commissioning ceremony for the Port Authority of Jamaica's utility vessel, the Jamaica 3. A search and rescue program is being developed for Haiti. That's the word from Tourism Minister Edmund Bartlett. The program is being developed by the Global Tourism Resilience and Crisis Management Center in partnership with the governments of Haiti and Saudi Arabia. In an interview with JIS News, Mr. Bartlett says the center has been assisting Haiti in its rebounding efforts following a 7.2 magnitude earthquake and the passage of Tropical Storm Grace.
We have been able to pull Global Rescue, which is one of the leading world organizations that deal with rescue and search operations and focus a lot on mega disruptions like earthquakes and hurricanes and so on. Together we have a very strong response and we'll be able to help Haiti to recover quickly and be able to get their tourism back on track.
Minister of Housing, Urban Renewal, Environment and Climate Change, Pernell Charles Jr., is calling for the urgent implementation and enforcement of the development orders. Minister Charles Jr. also called for the establishment of no-build zones on the island. The minister's plea follows the devastating 7.2 magnitude earthquake which struck Haiti on August 18. The quake was felt in other countries in the Northern Caribbean, including Jamaica, which shares the Plantain Garden geological fault with Haiti. While offering condolences to the government and people of Haiti on the loss of lives and the destruction caused, Minister Charles says the disaster brings into sharp focus the need for increased resilience in the region. This, he says, requires that Jamaica intensifies its efforts to incorporate best practices and technological advances in the renewal and development of infrastructure. In addition to the enforcement of development orders, Mr. Charles says his ministry will continuously review legislation and policies governing construction, building codes, and approvals. And finally, Sport Minister Olivia Grange says government will soon be partnering with the Kenyan government to train some of our island's athletes. The minister made the announcement ahead of Jamaica's participation in the World Athletics Under-20 Championships in Nairobi, Kenya recently.
The president of Kenya visited Jamaica for our independence celebrations 2 years ago. And out of that, we have had discussions where we are going to partner, we're going to do exchanges. Athletes from Kenya will be coming to Jamaica to train, and they have offered to train our middle and long distance runners.
The Jamaican team placed 5th on the medal table, securing 3 gold, 6 silver, and 2 bronze medals. And that's it for JIS News Today. I'm Stephen McHugh. Thanks for watching.